We're in Magnitogorsk, less than an hour left till the puck drop for Game 5 of the Eastern Finals. Magnitka battles with Salavat to clinch the conference title. Although in the light of recent events, you can say they're battling for the right to represent their country in the final series. One of them is going to battle for Russia against Lev. We're feeling great and we're ready for the battle, says Magnitka's assistant coach Lev Prague. We want to finish the series tonight, but if we lose and have to go to Ufa, we're gonna play there hard as well. It's best out of 7 series and we'll do whatever it takes to win it. Magnitka is the best Russian club. They waited for this moment for 7 years. They did as they promised. They played hard and made a step forward in many ways. This season they installed new cameras around the rink and now their TV feed is one of the best in the KHL. The team became more professional and more open for the media as well. Even Denis Zaripov and Sergei Mazyakin, who were short with reporters in the past few years, never say no to an interview now. They are the league poster boys now, the heroes of the season. During the games, none other than Mike Keenan appoints players to flash interviews. No excuses. For every game they prepare thoroughly. Magnitka knew exactly where to shoot from to increase their chances of beating Andrei Vasilevsky. Every last detail about their opponent was learned by heart. Everywhere you look in Magnitka's dressing room, you see images of the Gagarin Cup. That's yet another sign of professionalism, a part of Mike Keenan's ideology. All of this led them to become the best team in Russia this year. Hardly surprising. Magnitka fans deserve a few words to be said about them as well. They are very creative. They prepare for every game and they make new banners for every game too.
Это так просто. Пройти с тобой весь путь и видеть, что наши дети гордятся папой.
Magnitka players' wives also made a strong contribution, like this cover of Bon Jovi's song. This song rattles Metallurg's home arena every time they win, meaning almost every night. This season Metallurg lost only 4 regular season games on home ice and 3 in the playoffs. On the road to the conference finals, Magnitka never played more than 5 games in a series, thus saving a lot of energy. As for Salavat, it wasn't easy for them to get past Torpedo and Boris. They played 13 games in 21 nights, and then they had to face the top team in their conference. Hundreds of Salavat fans came to Magnitogorsk to support their team. They followed Salavat throughout the season. They stayed by their side till the very end. They made everything they could so that their team would feel comfortable in Magnitogorsk. Metallurg could have made a very intimidating video about their players coming out of the dressing room. The entire team waits for gigantic Vasily Koshkin to leave the dressing room as they stand in the hallway. His big frame, his menacing-looking eyes, his cold confidence in net. This is where it all begins. Then Denis Zaripov and Sergei Mazyakin stick-tap him on the pads, and only after that top 3 players of Metallurg lead their teammates onto the ice. Game 5 was no different from any other game of the series. Magnitka had the momentum throughout the game. Salavat took just 24 shots in that game, while Metallurg had almost double as many. Koshkin looked great when he had to, but truth be told, Salavat didn't give him much of a challenge, and they have only themselves to blame for that. Even when they had a man advantage, they took very few shots. Magnitka was taking more shots and created 3 times more scoring chances. We knew it was the key game of the series, said Sergei Mazakin. We knew if we didn't win tonight, we'd have to go back to Ufa, and it would be a long series. We didn't want this to happen. I think we played our best game of the series tonight. We created a lot of scoring chances. We should have scored more, though. I don't know why we didn't. Perhaps we were a little nervous or something. I'm glad that it all ended well for us. The key to win against Magnitka is well known. You have to stop their top line. You do that, and you're halfway there. Salavat had the necessary antidote, their fourth line. Salavat's second line can neutralize anybody in the KHL. Defensemen Vasilevsky and Isangulov, along with forwards Slepyshev, Glukhov and Stepanov, allowed no goals in the series. Moreover, Stepanov was +3 in the playoffs. However, Salavat was playing different lines against Magnitka's top trio. They knew they had to shut down Mazakin's line, but they couldn't do it in 3 out of 5 games. There is no coming back from that. Although in Game 5 it was Magnitka's second line who sealed the deal, Yaroslav Khabarov's goal brought the most important win to Metallurg in KHL's history so far. Metallurg's rink was rocking for a long time. The fans have waited for this moment since 2007, and now they're waiting for the big finale against Lev. I'm overwhelmed right now, says defenseman Renat Ibragimov. I want to thank our fans for always being there for us. These guys are just unreal. We play for our town, for our factory, for our fans, and for our logo, says defenseman Yaroslav Khabarov. I guess we also play for our country now because we're facing a Czech team. Maybe some other Russian fans will cheer for us, Chelyabinsk fans, for example. To be honest with you, we didn't expect to go as far as we did in this season, says Mazakin. But now we got a chance to play for the cup. We'll see how it's gonna go. I also want to tell Lokomotiv guys that they did a great job this year. They pulled the biggest upset of the playoffs. I think they'll do even better next year. As Magnitogorsk fans were signing t-shirts for the fans after the game, they looked happy, yet nobody was celebrating the win. The players were speaking highly of every team they beat on their way to the final. Some think they had an easy life in the playoffs, but that isn't true. It wasn't as easy as it looked, says Magnitka's forward Yevgeny Timkin. Take Salavat, for instance. They played very well. They are very skilled guys. It was hard to take the puck away from them. They also got a great goalie. Or Sibir. Those guys were doing everything they could to beat us. Same goes for Admiral. Even though personally I didn't play much against them, I can say they look good out there. My point is, winning every series wasn't easy for us at all. Next to Salavat's dressing room, it was pretty quiet. These guys did everything they could. They battled till the very end. And of course, losses like that leave certain scars. Conference finals wasn't the extent of Salavat's dreams. I just want to thank my teammates for getting united for the playoffs, says Salavat's forward Alexander Stepanov. I think we improved our game compared to the regular season. We played way harder. Maybe some guys in our team lacked experience. I mean, some of them played in the playoffs for the very first time. Nevertheless, it was a good season for us. We made it this far. It's a little frustrating to lose the series 4-1. I don't think we deserved that. 4 times out of 5 it was a 1-goal game. We could have done better than that. Even Salavat's general manager Oleg Gross, who'd been through a lot in his career, couldn't hide his emotions. His eyes were giving him away. I won a bronze medal and I won a gold medal. This is the first time I won a silver medal, he says. Now I know what it feels like to win silver. You know what they say, you have to win to get bronze and you gotta lose for silver. Now I truly understand what it means. Right now we're obviously frustrated, but that's just the way it is. This is life. Hopefully we can bounce back from that and regroup for the next season. After the game I went to the dressing room and thanked the guys for all the hard work they've done this year. They have nothing to be ashamed about. After the game, Salavat players came out on the ice to thank their fans. After all, they've had a great season as well. It was a hard player front for us, said Salavat's forward Denis Hlistov. We had a hard series against Torpedo. Beating Boris was just as hard. On behalf of our team, I want to thank our fans. They followed us around the league this season, and they've done a great job. I'm personally very thankful for that. Our fans are absolutely incredible, agrees Lev Prague. It's like we always have an extra player out there. Last year, when we lost the series against Akbars, the fans still greeted us in great numbers at the airport, says Stepanov. I don't know if it's going to be the case this year, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was. We have the greatest fans in the world. They travel with us, and they gave us great support. They're awesome. It's been a great season for Ufa hockey all around. Not only Salavat won silver medals in the KHL, but their junior and farm teams finished their regular season on second place as well. And so did Ufa's women's team. Ufa fans have every right to expect more out of their teams next season. I don't think we're going to make any changes to the core of our team this summer, says Graz. We have to think about what changes should be made. I think sometime around this June we'll figure it out. Right now it's just too soon to talk about it. And there you have it. Magnitka went through the Eastern Conference playoffs very firmly, just like Lev did in the West. There's no doubt that these are the best two teams of the season. They've earned their right to play for the Cup. In a few days we'll know who will hoist the Gagarin Cup this year. Stay tuned.